Good morning. This is SuzyQ and the SuzyQ Report for January the 27th. Yes, I've only got a few minutes, but there's something that's really got my goat. I am so frustrated. It drives me nuts. It's this article of John Bolton's manuscripts and how it's the slam dunk for the impeachment. Well, first of all, the report was from New York Times, which should be your first red flag, that we better check out this thing. This might not be credible because, yes, New York Times has been known for publishing reports that are not factual. So first of all, you need to say, red flag alert, maybe I better check into this a little deeper. So then you read the article, and it's by the one that I've got is NBC News. And in the very article, it states, let me see, NBC News has not seen a copy of the manuscript or verified the report, which cites multiple sources familiar with Bolton's account. Sources they don't name, okay? So when you read stuff like this, don't get caught up in the headline, because as you go through it, you find all these little clue words. And the clue words are explosive report. And then what do we got? Has not seen a copy of the manuscript or verified, which I just told you about. And then there's another one, rough account, a rough account. So we can't be specific. No, we've got a rough general account. And I like this. Reported to allege. It's reported to allege. And then there's another one. Appeared to confirm. So when you see these words, they're nothing but double talk. That means they have nothing. They're trying to create a smoke screen out of nothing. They have no evidence. They have vague sources. And I love this. So this whole statement is based on an unsubstantiated article. It says, it is clear, regrettably, from the New York Times article published today that the pre-publication, see, first of all, this manuscript has not even been publicated. It hasn't even been verified by the classified agencies. Oh, crap. Okay. This article published today that the pre-publication review process has been corrupted and that the information has been disclosed by persons other than those properly involved in reviewing the manuscript, he said. That's a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. So we're sitting here, the world, the country is sitting there going, oh, we've got the smoking bomb, we've got the smoking, gun or whatever. And it's all based on smokescreen. Nothing has been proven. Their sources have not been named. There is nothing on here. Everything is alleged. And then what do? They add, like, this is going to make it more credible. Oh, I love it. Let's see here. Where is it? They take tweets from the enemies of the president, as this makes it legitimate or factual. Okay, so let's see. Where is it? I love this. Schumer gets quoted. Let's see if I can. Okay, it is up to 4 Senate Republicans to ensure that John Bolton and Mick Mulvaney and the others with direct knowledge of President Trump's actions testify in Senate trial, Schumer tweeted. So, okay, you know what? They've wanted to take the president out of office since the night that he was inaugurated, okay? The night that he was elected, they already had a plan to get him out. So how can that be a credible source, okay? How can that legitimize a already very vague article in the first place, or a very vague evidence in the first place. Then you've got how Nancy Pelosi tweeting that because the report that Bolton had firsthand knowledge of Trump's decision that ran counter to the White House account, the refusal of the Senate to call him other relevant witnesses and documents is now even more indefensible. First of all, there's no proof that he has firsthand knowledge. This is only a report of a report of a report. It's only secondhand. The president actually came out and said he doesn't. So this is all Nancy Pelosi trying to create something out of nothing. Where have I seen that before? Oh, maybe the whistleblower? What, the whistleblower had what, second, third, fourth hand knowledge of the call? Oh, and let's not forget Adam Shifty Schiff's account of the call, which was completely different from the actual transcript of the call. See, this is they're using the same technique over and over again. This is their Miranda opera, or what do you call it? When it's their pattern. Their pattern. They take hearsay that they can't pin down, no proof, and then they create something and make it reality, or their reality, or perception. Because you know what? There is a principle. Your perception is your reality. So it doesn't matter if it's based in facts. If they can get you to perceive it, then it creates your own reality. And that's what they're doing. So we've got these multiple, sources that aren't named, and these witnesses that are not identified, these whistleblowers that they refuse to allow you to use their name in public or online, all to create this illusion that isn't. I mean, if you listen to the arguments in the Senate, you will see clearly Adam Schiff kept repeating the same old, because they had nothing new to add. They had no evidence to add. Meanwhile, you've got the president's defense that is clearly defining this and clearly debunking everything that they have done and said. So when you go and read these articles, look for those clue words: alleged, hearsay, reported, all these things that do not pinpoint evidence, pinpoint a source, pinpoint. Everything is very you can't reach out and grab it because it's an illusion. And this comes on the heels of me reading an article, or finding an article from the the United Nations. And it says the United Nations announced today, and I'm not sure when, I think this came out in 2018, this particular, and it's on the UN website, okay? But it's very significant, because it says the United Nations announced today the launch of the SDG Media Compact, an initiative marking a new drive to advance the awareness of the Sustainable Development Goals. The compact seeks to inspire media and entertainment companies around the world to leverage their resources and creative talent to advance the goals. So basically, they're getting media and entertainment from around the world, and they're all wanting to release the same information to be dispersed around the globe. So whatever they release at the top at this UN thing automatically becomes fact around the world. Everybody is getting the same information from the same source, whether it's real or not. It may be, and we know their goal is to create basically a communist world, all under the guise under the UN. So whatever media they're sending out, whatever news or reports, are all going to support that goal, whether it's true or not. Their goal is world government. And the way they get to do that is through convincing and brainwashing the world that what they're doing is best for them. All right, George Soros is involved in this. George Soros has financial interest in the majority of news that's out there already. But now they're going to put it under the UN so that the UN dictates and drops whatever their information they want the globe to consume from one source and throughout the world. That is nothing but global brainwashing, global propaganda. This is like Germany on steroids, okay? So I would encourage you to read this article, because they're going to, whatever they say is going to be fact in their mind, and they're going to it's going to create an echo chamber. So everywhere they go on the globe is going to repeat that same information. So now it's like the Matrix. It's like the Matrix. I posted an article on my SuzyQ page about the Matrix, how everybody's connected to this source and they're getting all the same information. They're connected. They don't realize if they disconnect from whoa, wait a minute. I'm seeing stuff that I wasn't aware of. But that's what we're doing right now. That's what President Trump is trying to do. Disconnect us from this propaganda, this mind game, this mind control war that's going on everywhere you look, whether it's in your local media, whether it's in your national news, whether it's global news. It's all connected, and they're keeping you controlled by the source by the news that they put out. So you're going to believe what they say because you're hearing it from different sources, different areas. So you need to find alternative resources. You need to go research things for yourself. You need to find reliable sources that are not connected to the mothership. Okay? I know this sounds crazy. But you know what? How do they get away with what they do? They make voices who do not subscribe to their views look like crazy voices. That's what they do. Oh, well, the majority of people believe this, so you must be the crazy one. No, maybe the majority of the people are asleep and we're awake, and they don't want the majority of the people to wake up. But we are waking up. We are being heard. The president is helping to break down these structures that have been keeping us in the dark and keeping us asleep for way too long. This is the Great Awakening. This, I believe, is a divine awakening. It is not just, politics as usual. This is a great awakening, a global awakening. That is why we're seeing revolutions around the globe. We're seeing it in Iran. We're seeing it in France. We're seeing it in multiple places around the globe. In America, this is a restoration. This is it's not just an awakening. This is like a restructuring, a restoration, a restructuring of our what we know to be true, whether it's in our news, whether it's in Hollywood, whether it's in the government, whether it's in our churches, whether it's in just everyday life. This is a great awakening. This is an amazing time to be alive, but you have to be aware of the techniques that they're using. You got to be aware of the global government that is trying to convince everyone to believe what they want you to believe. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm sorry. It is crazy how much they've gotten accomplished in just the last few decades. But we are awakened. We are awakened, and it's people like you and I who are speaking out truth, speaking it out, and telling your friends and your families and people who will listen. Use your voice. You have access to the same things I have. Use your voice. Get the information out, because our future depends on it. Our children's future depends on it. Our grandchildren. We have to dismantle this global network that is in every area of the walk of our life. This is the global government that the Bible talks about. I believe that God is helping us to dismantle this global network. And so it's exciting time to be alive. It is so exciting to be alive. But read this article about the UN and their initiative. This is in your face. They tell you everything that they're doing. This is, let's see, founding compact members: Al Jazeera, TV Lebanon, some of them I can't even pronounce. Let's see, a Japanese, Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting. We've got Nigeria, we've got China, we've got the Philippines, we got the Sweden, we've got Indonesia, we got Russia, we've got all the different networks around the globe that are the founding compact members. Okay? So it is reaching all areas of the globe. Let's see, about the 17 sustainable government goals were adopted by world leaders at the historic Sustainable Development Summit in September of 2015, encompassing everything from health to gender equality and education. The goals will mobilize efforts around the world to end all forms of poverty, fight inequity, and tackle climate change while ensuring that no one is left behind. Does that sound familiar? No, this is global communism. That's what it is. They want to control you. They want to have their fingers in every area of your life. So anyway, read this and just be educated. Educate yourself. Don't just take what the New York Times says is fact, because it is not. If you read that article, it's nothing but double talk. It's nothing but innuendos and smoke screens. Anyway, I've got to go. I got to be at work in 5 minutes. So I will talk to you later. So I hope that you have a wonderful day, and let's do this. Let's wake up our friends and family. This is SuzyQ signing out. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.